Assalamu alaikum. I hope
Sorry.
everyone is fine. Today we are going to host a very informative session on transformation leadership. And I am joined with the industry leaders, Mr. Muhammad Humair, Khurram Saif, Farhan Arif, and Mr. Muhammad Ali Awan. Welcome to all of you in the show, and thanks for your time.
थैंक यू।
Thank you.
अप्रिशिएटेड
Thank
आपने
you.
हमें इस फोरम के ऊपर मधु किया।
So, first of all, I will request every one of you to please have a brief introduction for our audience so that everyone should know where you are working and what is your journey. So, please share your brief introduction for the audience. Yeah, Mr. Muhammad Umar, please start, sir.
Sure. Assalamu alaikum and thank you. First of all, it's very nice to hear that we all are working from the industry and you yourself in an audit firm. So it's a great mixture of a panel. So it's very diverse audience as well as diverse panelists as well. So my name is Mohammed Umar. I work in YBG Group, and I'm working as the Chief Operating Officer at Holdco level, YB Holdings. I look after more than 9 to 10 entities. Apart from that, I also work on various forums with NICK and other incubation centers as well. It's a sort of an IT learning curve which I have to build on. For that matter, I work with startups as well as incubation centers as well. Uh,
Thank you very
prior
much,
to
sir.
prior to that, I worked with Angro and Dowd Group, and I have qualified chartered accountant plus having certification in IT, supply chain, and human resource as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, sir. Khurram Saif, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Khurram Saif, and I am working as Group Head IT Infrastructure and Telecommunication in Dr. Ziauddin Group of University and Hospital. Prior this, I was in retail sector in Imtiaz, and before that, I was in Abu Dhabi warehousing and FMCG company, and prior that, I was in Mizan Bank. So it's been 20 years in IT infrastructure industry, and so now I am with Ziauddin Group since last 1.5 years, and heading uh, two divisions, one infrastructure and another is telecommunication. So my entire journey relates to IT infrastructure, telecommunication, data center standards, shaping the future, digitization, and of course, as you know, the world is moving towards generative AI. So digital transformation is already on the way. So we are keeping our top management top priority on the shaping the next future for Zeldi.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing the vision of your organization. Yes, sir. Mr. Farhan Arif.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you so much for having me this. I'm currently working as a head of IT and digital transformation in Maddox Laboratories. Maddox Laboratories is one of the manufacturing herbal manufacturing company, and it's produce purely herbs and natural products. So I've been trying to transform all these processes. I've been expert in different ERPs and different process management. So what I am doing right now I'm just trying to improve their processes, implement some of the ERPs, some of the replace the legacy system into the new technologies. Prior that, I've been worked as a head of IT in a group in Pakistan, and the same way I've just improved their processes as well. So try to I'm just trying over the last 20 years. I've been trying to just transform the new technology, the old technology into the new technologies, and try to improve different business processes. So I'm just acting as a business, you can say, is a business partnering role kind of things.
Thank you very much for your introduction. Yes, sir. Muhammad Ali Awan, sir. Please have a introduction for your audience.
Uh, my introduction currently, I'm working with Kompass Pakistan as a GMIT. We are undergoing SAP implementation. for the package, and we are also having a specialized software which is built on top of SAP. That is also German. So in parallel, we are doing two implementations. So this is actually the core transformation which we are undertaking at Kompass Pakistan. Prior to this, I have been the GM and head of IT at Anna and Butler Industries, where we have undergone uh, SAP implementation for three of the companies. And before that, I used to be the consultant for my personal company that we have undergone multiple projects, which includes the tender management portal and the transformation for the entire region, GCC region. So, which includes Bahrain, Qatar, Dubai, Oman, and Saudi Arabia. And before that, I used to be the head of IT at Aisha Steel Mill. So this is small, but I have a large list because I have been into the multiple software companies and the multiple as a consultant as well for the different sectors. So this is the introduction.
Thanks for your introduction. So we will now formally start our session, and I will ask a few questions, and you are requested to answer in a brief and in a manner that our audience get most of the informations and the insight that you have earned over decades of experience. So, Sir Muhammad Humair, I will start with you. So, the first of all, the basic question is, what is a transformational leadership, and how does it differ from the others? You are mute, sir.
Thanks. Right. So it's more of a, I must say, the recent terminologies in the leadership skills where companies are moving towards is the company has to have its purpose. And when you have the purpose going on, then the concept of transformational leadership occurs because right now people and sponsors and directors have different purposes, and you have to disseminate that purpose to the employees who are working under the leadership. Once you disseminate that important communication regarding the purpose of the organization, then you move towards how it how the entity will transform itself to achieve those purposes. So foremost for things is that there are certain organizations who are working to solve the larger problems of Pakistan. There are certain organizations which are working for growing the export basis of Pakistan. There are certain organizations in Pakistan which are working towards as NPOs and NGOs. So if entity has a purpose, then the leader should be very much clear and the employees have been communicated properly that these are the purpose for which the organization has been created. And once this set of transaction or set of transformation and communication has been imparted to the employees and stakeholders as a whole, then there are four elements whereby one can easily get into the details of transformation leadership. The number one element is the empathy. Empathic attitude is the first and foremost criteria for transformational leadership. And of course, the second element here is the agility for change. And the third one is relationship that you impart with the employees and the stakeholder to motivate them to work for the collective goals, which leads towards the purpose. And the third one is the curiosity. Fourth one is curiosity. So I started with the element of the curiosity, the last one, and then we move towards the elements of individual consideration, which is called the empathy, and then motivation, and then intellectual influential. So these are three, four elements which leads towards the transformation leadership and their ultimate breakdown towards the employees as well as the stakeholders.
Thank you very much. Thanks for explaining in detail. Let's move to Mr. Khurram Saif. So, sir, what is your thought on why this transformation leadership is more relevant in today's changing environment?
See, thank you for asking me such question. As you know, the world is evolving, and bro- entirely horizon is becoming broad. The landscape of all business and technologies are now expanding. So what I believe is that transformational leadership is crucial because it promotes adaptability and, of course, creativity and innovation. Once you have the team players who uh, have these kind of thinking, who have these creativity, AI and innovation in their roots, they are very helpful in building the culture of any organization, and the leadership style which dictates the organizations to navigate. So this inspire all the employees who are reporting to that leadership. And you need to give your team members a proper freedom to have and consult new ideas and work closely with among the teams. Even you can have MFT, multifunctional teams within departments, or uh, across all different functions. So because once they have a one common goal, one common vision from the top management, or if you have one visionary leader and you all uh, uh, work under their leadership and under a common goal to achieve that goal. So it's very imperative, it's very essential to stay competitive against each. So that's the main thing. That's why I thought transformational leadership is very rapidly growing even in the business landscapes. That's what my thinking is.
Thank you, sir. So, Sir Farhan, you have listened the point of view of Mr. Humair and Khurram Saif about the transformation leadership and how they are relevant in today's changing environment. So, can you please help us in understanding what are the traits or characteristics that differentiate a leader from a transformational leader? So, what are the characteristics that a transformation leader must have to ensure that he is one of the transformation leader and can guide the organization?
Okay, that's very important question for the specifically for the leaders. Actually, leaders normally what we suppose that the leader is one who is very much seniors, he's supposed to be guide their teams. Actually, the leaders must have a vision. Simple, as Umar said and the Kev said, Khurram Kev said, the visionary leadership is always you set the path. Like for example, you must have to have a trust on your team. You have to just build the team. You are not just building a team. You have to trust on the team and you guide them properly. This is one thing that we think that the leader must have these kind of attitude. Second thing, that empowerment. The empowerment is very much important. Like actually, if the leaders or the department head or your seniors involved in the nitty gritties and micromanagement, definitely you cannot just achieve the bigger goal. Once you have set the bigger goal, then you have to set the path, so set the roadmap, and you have to just clear the instruction to your teams, that how you can just achieve it, and you can just guide them. So this is one thing that I believe that leader must have this thing. Second thing, that you have to have a very much careful about the focus of it, each and individual team members. Like sometimes your team, you cannot say that every team member is working on the same pace, and you can just you have to just hold the hand of your team members, and you can just ask them that what are the challenges you can face. You have to have a clear communication with your team and with your business as well. So you have to just make a gel up with your team, and you can just ask them that what are the challenges and how we can just eliminate these kind of things. So this is the trust, this is the kind of thing that you have to just build with your team, and you can just achieve the bigger goal. Second, the last and important thing, that you have to have a celebrate each and every success. So sometimes your team is involved in a different tasks and different working style, and you forget to just sometimes it is very important to encourage your team members. It's very important to celebrate their success. So each and every members must have to, you have to appreciate your team members as well. So this is the kind of thing that you must create the culture of your team, your company, that the leadership must have to come up and show up your leadership skills. So this is how let me just give you my example. What I believe in my team, I can just give them tasks and give them full authorities, and just guide them that I am with you, but you have to just lead the projects. So this is the thing that you have to just give them complete empowerment of the project, and you have to just guide them according to their needs.
I
This is
Thank you
I
very
my
much.
yeah, I
Thanks for
totally
your. Yeah. So my next question would be to Mr. Muhammad Ali Awan. So we have got information about the traits of the transformation leader. So what is your thought on the same thing, that if you have to list down the traits of a transformation leader, so what would be the characteristics in your opinion, and how a transformation leader would inspire the organization? So my request is you to please explain for the sake of the audience.
Okay, so the traits of the transformational leadership, as explained by the Farhan Arif very well, that the vision, he should be a visionary. So this is the key element, because if he does not have the vision, then it is already said that the most of the people leave their jobs because of the uncertainty or due to the unclear vision. So this is very important for the transformational leadership, because this is the critical role that requires vision. Then the empathy to the people. So if he is not empathetic, so people would not like to work with him, or they will not gel, as the role suggests that he should be well gelled with the people. So second one, the third one is that he would be innovative, and fourth, next one is that he would be the person who would love to help people create a culture for the development and innovation. And then he would be the supportive person. So this would be the trait for the person. He should be supportive, and he should have the relationship building with the people, so they have a true trust on him, that he is an unbiased person. This is a very important factor, and his integrity should be intact. Resilient, he should be a resilient person. So all of these things, when these characteristics or traits combine together, then this would be a leader who could motivate others and inspire others.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your shared vision. So I will come back to Mr. Humair again. So how a transformation leader can drive the innovation and change in the organization, and how you put a change in your organization when you were in a lead of your organization.
Thanks, Safdar. And I'm happy to share the success stories. And of course, there are always certain laybacks when you share success stories, because there has to be certain long routes you have to take when you have to be consistent. There are no shortcuts to success, and if the shortcuts are applied, then of course they are not consistent. And for that consistency matter, the important element is that the communication with the team is crystal clear first. And the second element you mentioned, how the innovation element comes. Innovation element comes when you walk the talk. You have to be very much inspirational to your team members and the stakeholders as a whole, that these are certain traits where innovation are required. So for example, ERP implementations, applying small successes like documentation, online documentation, using various technological tools to make sure that paper wastages are reduced, and blah blah things. These are small innovations whereby you can just walk the talk, and people will love to hear from you that these are certain small things when you apply to your daily routine. Then of course the element of your inclusivity with the company makes the factor think around that, look, these are certain things which has to be taken care by each and every individual. And once that frame of mind is clear, clarity in the communication is there, mindset is clear, then of course the team will gel in with you. And people will listen to you, and people will, of course, admire you that, look, he has certain successes on his back, and he has been through that long experience of uh, employing and communicating the individuals that, look, these are certain things you have to apply in your daily routine.
Thank you. Well, I'll come back to Mr. Khurram Saif. So, what was your tool to drive the innovation and change in your organization when you were leading the change in your organization? What were the tool or characteristics that you applied being a transformation leader to bring in the innovation and change in your organization?
Thank you, Safdar. The foremost thing is leader led by an example. What I believe is, unless and until you lead by an example, you don't have the moral authority to. You have two things. Even you work as a boss or you work as a leadership. And if you are working as a leadership, then as far as transformational leadership is concerned, you lead by an example. For me, it is very necessary that we all from those who are from IT side, we learn ITIL framework, and if you read there, it is said that continuous improvement is mandatory for a digital for a transformation. If you want to transform, if you go to the paradigm shift, you have to achieve continuous learning, take the continuous feedbacks from your coworkers, from your peers, from your top management, even from your team members who are reporting you. Plus, the most important thing, we need to practice a self-reflection thing, because unless and until we go through what we have done and what are the outcomes, how we achieve that, what are the shortcomings, what needed to be done better, what are the key findings, what are the root causes. If you don't have such things, you can't transform or you can't give a complete paradigm shift. So for me, embracing the emotional intelligence and building a strong relationship with your co-members, team members, with your teams, with your peers, with your people working across different companies, and to get these things done, you have to have a continuous, strong building relationship and improve the communication. Communication skills can be different, yeah, I can understand, but you have to continuously improve that. Secondly, you have to motivate your teams who are working with you. Unless until you motivate them, because once you give them any authority or responsibility comes with the accountability. So if you give them any responsibility, they are accountable for, and when they are accountable for, they will write down what are the shortcomings, what are the areas of improvement, what are the opportunity areas, what are the key learnings. So for me, are important. And above all, uh, I see mentorship, coaching, and leadership development programs within the organization. And you can nominate your team members from other companies in Pakistan or outside Pakistan who are nurturing the new young generation or young leadership to gain these attributes in their daily skills. That's what my theory is. You can agree or disagree, but I feel this is important to achieve this.
Yeah, we are agree with you that there must be a continuous learning, accountability, share responsibility for the innovation and growth. So I will come back to Mr. Farhan Arif. So what was your best technique when you were leading the innovation in your organization, that you think is one of the characteristics as you are a transformation leader in your organization?
What I believe that you have to have a clear communication first of all, as everyone is mentioned. So what I believe, what I have done in my current organization and the previous organization as well. So I just talk to the different company members, company teams, company departments, and just ask them for the pain areas. What are the pain areas that they are just facing right now? So for example, let me just give you a practical example that when I just joined this company, then I saw that there are so many processes which need to be improved, and we can just cut down their processes, manual process into the automated process. Then this can be save their life. This can be save their lots of time and ease of doing business kind of things. So what I believe that let me just give you one example that I saw that there are around 28 printers around across the company. So I just initiated one of the multi-printing MFA, multi-printing functionalities. That this is one printer that which will be secure and safe, and it will be a centralized place, and you can just have one thing, one system, one printer for across the company, across the floor. So this is one thing that I took around a month to just educate them, convince them, and guide them that this is one of the beneficial thing for everyone. So this is being as a leader. So what I have just communicate to top to bottom and convince them, each and everyone, with a proper costing mechanism. So but after 2 months, I just procure one MFP and place in centralized place, and give them everyone access to just get the printout from one printer, and it's a secure printing, and just remove all the printers. Believe me, after 3 months, everyone just come up and say that this is one of the good initiatives that you have just taken. It save a lots of papers, time, and also this brings us at least the monopoly of each department, and everyone has their own printers, and everyone needs a paper printer, printing services and cartridges. So this is the thing that you have to have come up with the ideas and with a proper solution. So if you have a proper solution, and you can just this is as mentioned Khurram mentioned, that it's a continuous learning process and continuously improvement process. So you are not just strict that you have just done this thing, and you can just take it from others. So I just take my one of the infrastructure lead, take on board, and give them another task that you have to just come up with a better solution, how we can just transform these things into a different thing. So this is how we can just lead from the example. One example, then we can just start working on the paperless environment, and this is e-filing processes and different things projects, and after come up after implementing of the MFA. So this is the way that I have just tried to convince them, communicate them, and implement them, and continuously support them to the business.
Thank you very much, sir. So I will like to share the stage with Mr. Muhammad Ali Awan. So I would put two short questions for to get some insight from you. We need a real life story from you about the change, how you manage the change, and what was the result when you implemented that change. And number two, can we transform someone as a transformation leader just by mentoring them or by giving them a guidance so that they also become a transformational leader?
Okay, so uh, you have asked two questions, and I'll start from the second one first. That will will it be possible for the someone to get the mentoring and become a transformational leader? Yes, it is. And first of all, for all of the positions that we want to transform into, that requires the gap between the two. Let's say if I am a traditional or conventional leader, then I want to move into the transformational leader. Then what is the gap in between? So whether it's a skill set gap or it's the attitude gap. So I have to fill that. So that is called the cultivating the self awareness. I should know the weaknesses and I should know the strength of myself, and I should get the skill set that is required, which are the to become the visionary leader. So I have to work on the vision. So if I have not worked earlier, then I have to be focused and clear that the all of the means I should work with the vision. Second, I should have the communication that should be open, crystal clear. So open communication is required, and then the development culture there should be the part of the transformational leadership, that I should have the ability to adapt this, that the people would be learning, they will be doing R&D. So I should uh, have that understanding in my mind to become the transformational leader, because the transformation is the conversion from one state to the other state. So that requires obviously the learning. So then the other thing is, if I am a conventional leader and I just pass the order to do this, so now I have to become a leader by examples, not leader with the instructions. I should be the leader by the examples. Then the other thing is, some of the leaders which I have seen, that they are the sort of leader which works in the isolation. So now I have to encourage the collaboration, teamwork. So all of these things requires to become the transformational leader. Whether it's me, myself, I want to grow into that role, or if someone else is there and I want him to be the transformational leader. So I have means I should work on these things to 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 implement or to skill up the second person with these skills. And your first question was, I'm sorry, I have forgotten the first question.
The first question was that for the sake of our audience, how you implemented change in any of the organization you worked, and what were the targets or the results you achieved?
Okay, so one of my last organization where which I have seen that the ERP was going to fail down every time. So they have tried multiple times. So what I did means unintentionally. That is not that I would say that I have already read all of these things, but maybe for the sake of the best practices which I used to follow them, I engage with the people. I set a clear vision that what we wanted to achieve. I met each individual, and I met the store person, I met the engineer in the production, I met the finance person, I met everyone. Even I met with a person who is on the way bridge. So I met all of these people and tell them that shared the common vision which we have. If we have this transformation successful, what is in it for them? So this by doing this, helping them during that implementation, HR person got the SAP certified, store person got SAP certified, and then the production planning person got SAP certified only because of their own personal bills. And this is all about that I had the vision, so what I wanted to achieve and how to achieve. I had the empathy for the people, and not only because that the people who works for me, but I have the empathy for all of the people. So this is from the inside out. So therefore, I was able to make that change possible, and Alhamdulillah, all of these people are now in other organizations on a very bigger role, mashallah, and I'm proud of them. This
Thank
is
you, sir. So up till now, what we have learned from the uh, participants that for a transformation leader, you have to be open in communication. You must set a very clear role. You must be unbiased, and you should communicate with each and every person involved. Do not ignore someone because he's at the below of the ladder. So these are one of the characteristics that we must have if we want to become or want to transform ourselves into a transformation leader. So this was our understanding what is a transformation leader and how they bring the change in an organization, and we also learn the real life stories from our learner panelists. So now we will move to the future. So we will learn what are the challenges and what are the future trends that a transformation leader are being facing. So I will come back to Mr. Muhammad Humair since he has worked with multiple organizations. So what are the m- uh, future trends or the challenges that transformation leaders are facing nowadays, or the future transformation leaders may have to face?
I would like to be more specific on this side, because this sharing the challenges, I believe we are in that phase where we should impart the knowledge how we can overcome those challenges. So I must explain this, whereby in the last organization and here as well, what we are trying to do is that we have to have monthly learning circle sessions. So in that perspective, for example, we know recent cases of cybersecurity attacks of Park Suzuki or any company as well. So what we intend to do, that we engage one or two our IT security experts and have a learning session of all the group heads, that look, these are certain things where we can engage our line managers to make sure that we don't lose content or we don't lose security breaches. Similarly, learning circle are also important in educating the mid-tier level and lower tier level about the expectation gaps. So there, I have discussed two major elements, which are we are trying to overcome those challenges. Challenges that conventional leadership, of course, has provided results. It's not that it has not. it helps provided the result. But of course, when we want to move forward in the growth trajectory, we have to change the leadership style, and for that matter, you have to overcome certain challenges. And I discussed that for that challenges, you have to engage each and everybody, and we are having learning circles across the organizations, so that at board level, at CxO level, and then of course mid tier level and lower tier level, communication and expectation gaps are reduced. Moving forward, there are certain other challenges as well. Is the skill gap, because now when you look for the World Economic Forum report for what are the skill sets required for the future-based organization, what will be the future of the work, and for that matter, there are certain skill sets which are very much in demand. First thing first is that critical thinking. The second thing is relating to the communication style, and the third one is the problem solving element. So these three elements also come up when you engage with the line managers, your supporting teams, and when you identify those skill gaps, then you have to engage your TNA team, your HR team to identify what are the areas where we can work upon to update their skill sets, because it's very necessary that we update and upgrade our employee skill sets to make sure that they are fit in our growth trajectory of future leaderships. That's two
Thank you,
cents.
sir. So I'll come to the Mr. Khurram Saf that the same question. So up till now, we listened that the the learning and the continuous learning and the monthly learning cycle are the ways to come the challenges. So, what in your opinion are the challenges that leaders are facing, or the future leader may have to face, so that they can help the organization to grow?
Thank you for your esteemed question. The problem is that unless and until the organizations learn the emerging trends and the challenges that are now being faced by organizations and countries worldwide and even in Pakistan, you need to shape your company vision, you need to shape your transformational leadership, you need to shape everything that is going in your organization. I would like to say what Mr. Farhan was. It's a small thing, that digital transformation, what he is doing, he is doing a digital transformation landscape at his organization. So growing importance of digital transformation is very important. It's the need. It's a challenge for each and every one of us. You can see K Electric, you can see every bank, you can see any organization who are consumer oriented. They are generating e-bills, so they are just reducing what the eco e- e- green ecosystem. They are fostering the culture of green ecosystem, yeah, right? So the inclusive leadership that embraces the diversity and enable employees to work remotely or on, handle and navigate different complex situations, because these challenges are not on your organizations. These are global challenges. Even if you can think global climate change, it's a matter of change for every or every world. So every country is facing the global climate change. In fact, if you think Pakistan is also suffering, and our Prime Minister and President are also highlighting these changes in across United Nations and across world. So challenges are much more deeper. We have to embrace new technologies. Unless and until we innovate, unless and until we think beyond our soft horizon, unless and until we go out of the box, we can't bring in changes. That's so easy. Mr. Already, Mr. Yakub already said that success is not a very small thing. You need to earn it. You need to earn, and how you can earn? You need to embrace for the future for transformational leadership. That's it. It's
Thank you,
not.
sir.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing your knowledge with us. So I will come to Mr. Farhan Arif. We have listened the insightful discussion of our panelists about the challenges that are being faced by the leaders. So now I would like to understand your opinion. Like if I want to become a transformation leader, so what characteristics I should build in myself or the learn, and how can I learn it?
Being as a leader, that you have to have a very clear vision. Honestly speaking, that you cannot just say it that this is my goal, and you cannot just you have to have a complete knowledge about what exactly you are doing. So this is one thing that you have to you are very much clear about your work, about your project, about your vision. Second thing, that you have to have a complete team structure. Then you must once you have a complete team structure, you can just achieve the goal. You cannot just jump into the nitty gritties. You are not just focusing on the execution. You have to just focus on the day to day milestones, achieving a milestones. So what exactly is that you have to just build a team, give them a free hand. Then the team will just lead their projects, and you can just guide them. Second thing, that this is how you can just produce the future leaders, and you can just so sometimes most of the companies is depending on the leaders or departmental heads, for example. So if once the departmental heads move into the another company, then there is no leadership. There is no successor in the company. So must have to have focus on that, how you can just build the team, how can just educate the team, guide the team, and give them a fair opportunity that they can just you know uh, do the best thing out of it. So, and second thing, that is a continuous learning process, and you must have to have give them opportunity that they can just learn into the new technologies. That why most of the time that you are just engaging in the different companies projects and companies tasks, so you can just forget that the learning is stopped. Or you can just isolate it in your normal routine work. So you have to just give them a fair opportunity that they can just learn from the different dynamics, like new technologies, attend the webinars, and attend create or build their leadership skills. So my point is that whenever I just work with my team, that I just give them fair opportunities, and give them that you are the leader, you are the you lead the project, and we just follow you. In case of any failure, you have to just support them. You cannot just say that this failure belongs to you. But you have to take the ownership, and you have to just accept it, that this is the teamwork. And sometimes you can just achieve the goals, and sometimes you can just fail it. You can just come back and one step back, and you can just think that
I believe there is
what
some
went wrong,
distortion.
and you can just start working with them. So this is how you can just create the leadership. And this is the mindset of the leader, that you cannot just achieve alone. You have to have a team, and the team we can just achieve the goals with your team.
So thanks for your sharing the knowledge. So I will come back to Mr. Muhammad Ali Awan. Although we have a long list of our questions, since we have to wrap up the session in our limited time, because the topic is what we can discuss in a greater length. So I will come to the last question of the session. How, being a leader, you have to deal with the influence of the technology and AI, because everywhere and everything is being affected by the technology, or either we move ahead, then in addition to technology, nowadays we are also being affected by the AI, the influence of AI. So how you can guide our audience that how they can deal with the influence of technology and AI, being a leader in the organization?
So, for the AI, it's a good tool. AI, artificial intelligence, that is the tool. We should work to understand that, because that tool is available with most of the softwares like SAP, that has the Jewel, that is the software that is available and that is built on the AI and machine learning. So what we have to do, we have to first of all, again, I would say that we should be very clear about our goals, what we want to achieve. If we are clear, then we can select the right tools or right direction. So if let's say we are into the uh, we have the, let's say, one software that is the SAP, and that is within the company, and we want to utilize the functionality of AI, artificial intelligence, then we have the tool for that, that is Juid. So therefore clarity for the goals is important, and the transformational leader, his role is to get ready for the future, and also make the teams enable for the learning. So he should be innovative. So that innovation helps him uh, to move into the AI. If he is not innovative, then he would not go into the AI sort of things, because through the AI we are getting a lot of uh, help uh, for making our work very easy. So that's it.
Thank you very much. And now I would like to get your thoughts on uh, leadership for our youth, because we are a very young generation, young nation, and most of our people, around 60% of people, consist of the youth. So, what are your thoughts for our young generation? How they can transform themselves into a transformation leader, so they can grow themselves and they can help their organization to grow as well. So, just 1 to 2 minutes from the each panelist. Yeah, starting with Mr. Muhammad Humair.
Thank you, Safdar. And this is very relevant considering, in fact, that the workplaces where we live and we spend most of our time are very diverse. So I have uh, my directors and sponsors who are 60 plus, around 60. And then I have my employees who are, and CEO and other individuals who are more than 50. And then a bunch of people who are at the mid-tier level are under 30. And the millennials and Gen Zs have their different type of needs with respect to their employment, with respect to their professional growth. And for that matter, overall leadership style at the organization has to change, cater to the needs of the individuals who are coming and taking the baton from you. So if an individual, and what we have done, I must say, what we have done in a prior organization whereby the 90% of our employment was with the employees under the age of 30, and it was an IT tech company. What we did, we offered them a free Netflix, we offered them a free internet, we offered them all those technologically advanced things to make sure that they are equipped with what their requirements are and what their mental wellness requires. So for that matter, we as the middle age group, people who are below, not in the category of millennials, above those, we should be taking care of those individual needs of our employees. And of course, we have to take care of the requirements of our sponsors and directors. So for that matter, we have to take the balancing approach. And for that, and for this, there are certain things available where you can take the guidance from the West, where the age bracket of the employees are above 50, above 45, above 55. and there are certain younger generation like in India and in Bangladesh, how they are taking care of their younger youth. So we have to take the balancing approach.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Khurram Saif. I just need your answer on the
my,
same
my,
question.
my 2 cents only on this, that you need to upskill your teams, technology literacy and digital literacy, and the technology that is being used should be ethical and in alignment with the organization values and goals. That's it. My only 2 cents for this. Only you have to be, you need to remain vigilant in balancing the human-centered leadership. Otherwise, all will be okay, and team will learn. Once they learn, they will grow themselves. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Farhan Arif.
Okay, there is a two different angles of your question. For the first angle, that every young person who's just the junior must have to have a to-do attitude. First thing. Second, they must have a passion. They must have a hunger to learn. This is the time of the time is required them that they can just work patiently and learn the whole process. Basically, if you are very much hurry and you are not give them the proper time, that you cannot just learn it from the youth point of view. Second thing, that they must have to have a continuous learning attitude, that they learn the new technologies, new environments. The second part of your question is that every senior or the leaders must have to have a complete guidance to the younger people, to the juniors. They must have to have a proper roadmap, proper educational path to the juniors, and they can just give them a fair opportunity, that this is give them a proper give them a trust that you can just do it. So this is the kind of attitude that if the younger senior and juniors, they can just come together, and they can just bring a different change in the world. Honestly speaking, this is how the leaders must have to act it. They have to come up with the leadership qualities and set the examples.
Yes, Muhammad Ali Awan sir. So, need your 1 or 2 minutes on how we can help our youth in becoming a transformation leader.
First of all, the more important thing is to give them a good mentorship. This
Mhm.
is the key element. If they have the good mentorship, then all of the path is right set for them. This is the key element. And within the mentorship, the person would be able to guide them, that they have to align with the bigger vision. So whether they are within the organization, they should understand the entire vision of the organization and where they fits in. So they must understand. This would create automatically. This would create an habit of the people to understand the complete vision. So this would help them, and then they should be trained enough to make them understand that they have to give back to their community, within the community where they are, and they are being mentored. So what they have to do, they have to mentor someone else. So this thing is important. And then the some of the other things, that Rome was not built in a day. So they should have a patient. So nothing can be achieved within a day. So they should be patient. They should work hard. They should be consistent, because nothing can be achieved without consistency and hard work and direction, with direction. So all of these should be told to them, and then they should have a very clear communication. So they should be able to understand that this is very important, to communicate very clearly, and another thing is that one should be well resilient, because good or bads are part of the life. If any project, any assignment gets failed, so that means that we have not tried something else. We should try something else to get the things done. So these are the some of the areas which I personally feel that if that should be worked out, then obviously uh, the youth, any of the youth person, they should become a very good and excellent transformational leader by the time, because he has the by the time he has the good vision, or he has the understanding how to get the complete vision and see his own part within the bigger vision. So how he can collaborate, and then the within the team, how can he collaborate with others. So if he developed those traits with the help of a mentor, so under the guidance of some mentor, he would be an excellent person. And
Thank,
he
thank you, sir. Thanks for your great discussion and insightful session with us. We have come to the conclusion of our time. So I would like to share a brief for the sake of our audience who have joined in the later stage of the discussion, that this is the time when dictators are not required in the role of the leaders, whether it is a department, an organization, or a bigger uh, structure of a group of entities. What we need now is the transformation leader. And the transformation leader must have the skills of empathy, open communication, interaction with everyone in the organization. He has the skills to impart the capacity in the organization for continuous learning, and he is one who can mentor the everyone involved in the organization, so that everyone is in the lead of transformation. Everyone is improving. It is not that he thinks he is the best and now rest of them has to be there where they have started in the organization. He should give them the mentorship, learning, and opportunities to continuously improve. This is what we have learned in the overall discussion, that now is the time. If an organization has to grow, has to transform into an organization of the future, he must have someone in the leading stage as someone who can be categorized as the transformational leader. So with that, I would like to thanks to all the panelists, to Mr. Muhammad Humair, Khurram, Saif, Farhan, Arif, and Muhammad Ali Awan sahab. Thank you
Thank
very much. Thanks for your time. Thanks for sharing your knowledge to our audience. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Safdar. Thank
thank
you.
you very much.
you.
Sir, and thank you everyone. Thanks a lot. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz.